Hey there, we're back. Pod and Deliver. This week, we're looking at an article in the San Francisco Chronicle, Ruben, dated February 22, 2023. School district can't require COVID vaccines. California Supreme Court affirms. So this happened a couple of weeks ago where the California Supreme Court said, hey, districts, you can't require your students to have a vaccine. This is big because there were several, I was reading in the article, not in this article, but another article regarding several school districts have been pushing the vaccines on, not when they pushing, encouraging their students and actually mandating them to take these vaccines before they come back to school, or if they hadn't done it, make sure you do it. So a lot of kids weren't allowed to come back to school without taking these vaccines. And so basically the Supreme Court said, you know what? This is going to be left to the health officials of the state, which I know LA County definitely has their health officials, and they definitely have input in what goes on in our schools regarding COVID. But I thought this was interesting because it seems like whatever California does, Ruben, other states watch and follow. I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. It just seems like we definitely influence. Sometimes we influence the world. I think some people might agree with that. And if this is happening here, I think it would happen in other states. I do hear, though, the governor is still talking about requiring a new vaccine for like students coming in, like preschool, kindergarten, and taking one of these COVID vaccines as a requirement from now on. I'm not sure if that's totally happening yet, but I know the talk is happening. But Ruben, how do you feel about this this court decision?
Yeah, it's what is that? Oh, the old saying, too little, too late. I mean, the
I
damage
mean,
is done. And I have to make this, I have to say this for people who misunderstand me or misinterpret me. I have the vaccine. I got it right when it came out. I feel like it protects me. This
okay,
has nothing to do with my stand on that. But these are real people with real jobs, had real jobs. These are real parents with their children who were in school, then got pulled out. Some of them weren't able to walk with their friends and graduate because they weren't vaccinated. And it was a very poor decision back then. It remains a poor decision. So now we're left here with the remnants of that decision. And we say, oh, well, you don't have to, you're not required to be vaccinated now. Okay. I mean, I applaud it, right?
yeah.
It's a thing.
I
It's a
mean,
little disappointing.
I feel same. I'm not sure if I totally feel the same way as you. I do feel similar in that I have the vaccine as well. I'm not sure if I totally would do it again though, personally. Just that's me, just because of information that's come out since then. But at the same time, I never liked requiring students and teachers to do it, uh, because a lot of these teachers lost jobs, as you know, and I know at your school, and so that didn't make sense. Kids not getting educated in person didn't make sense
Well,
to me.
well, the
So
reason why I said what I said is that it isn't because I believe that, I'm not saying this because I think vaccinations don't work. I'm saying it is you can believe this or that.
right.
You made this hard requirement, these hard deadlines and this requirement, and you penalize people to me very unfairly.
So it's really the penalty that people had regarding not taking the vaccines. Yeah, and it didn't only happen in education, as you know, it happened in other places, but for sure we felt it because that's what we do. We teach, and so we saw that people were unfairly treated, and now, like you said, it's a little bit
Yeah.
maybe too late,
And
right? And they should
there
have this
was
a year ago.
there was talk at the time of good. People should lose their jobs. People should do.
Yeah,
There was
yeah,
some very mean spirited
agree.
comments about this. Just the yeah. I mean, there was like an attitude
Yeah,
in our culture that was pretty abusive. So people lose their jobs. I have a friend who I mentioned this before, but who lost his job, couldn't afford the mortgage payment, sold his house, and had to move out of state. That's real lives and families being impacted. You can disagree with somebody and feel empathy for them or sympathy for them for their plight.
yeah.
It seemed like there was a short supply of that for a while.
And I hope, Ruben, because I share this happened. I was sharing this with friends a couple of years ago when this first happened. That listen, this to me is like a like not I'm say a run through, that if this ever happens again, like maybe 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that we remember what happened here and that we won't let it happen again, right? That we won't treat people like some people treated others regarding, not getting the vaccinations and so forth and losing jobs and things like that. That we don't forget that real families were affected by this, and that we show a little bit more patience and a little bit more, love. And so, with all that, we just want to thank you for being here on Pod and Deliver tonight with this topic. It seems like every so often this comes back, right, and this information regarding COVID and so forth we'll talk about. But obviously there's other many more topics that we'll be talking about here at Pod and Deliver. And thank you for being here again tonight. And we will see you in the near future. Bye bye.